Hi everyone, welcome to day 25 of 30 days of colouring. Today we have got this flower here and I've decided to use my Holbein pastel pencils from this little tin. I'm not sure if we've used these before, not on this page, but I thought I'd just grab them and have a go. So I'm going to start actually with the centre of the flower. I'm going to use this one. This is the Naples Yellow. You can see it's well used. And I'm just going to go around the centre, around the outside, sorry, of this piece. Like that. Okay, so we've just got a hard, I'm layering it up, circle. Okay, simple. Then I'm going to grab the lighter yellow if I can. There's some jams in the box. Oh, here we go. Needs sharpening. It is called Cream. Okay, I'm just going to give them a sharpen. I'll show you. I'm just getting used to these. Look how short they are, and I'm only just getting used to them. So this is the Cream, and I'm going to go over that yellow and just bring that colour in towards the centre. I'm still going to leave a little white. Okay, there we go. It's left quite a bit of debris where I've just sharpened it. I shall give it a wipe. Okay, now we have the petals I'm going to do next. I'm just looking along my row. We've got quite a lot of blue, we've got a pink and a green. So what should we do? We could do purple, we could do pink, or we could do both. I'm going to grab this. This is we've got pink there, haven't we? I haven't got any orange either. Oh, now I'm right. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. Let's go with orange. We have got the Salmon Pink, which I think is quite orangey. And I'm just going to do a light layer over the whole flower to start with. Now with these, they're quite, they lay the colour down quite well. So if you press too hard, you won't be able to get any more onto the paper. So don't press too hard at this point, just get a layer down. And on this one too. So you see this is called Salmon Pink. It's quite, I think it's quite orangey. Now I'm thinking about where I want to put more colour. I'm going to deal with this piece first because it is more obvious to me that we want it a bit darker here where it's behind. Yeah, it's it will give it a more three-dimensional look if we put a bit more. I'm just going to put a bit more on the top and bottom of that front one, but not as much as on the back. Yeah, I hope you can see that. So for this one, again, I'm going to put a little bit more colour on the tip of each petal. These lines that Johanna's drawn has just made me think that we need a bit more colour. I don't know. So a little bit more on each point. It's nice and straightforward. Just try and fade it down at the end so it blends in with the colour that's there already and you don't get a line. It's just a matter of going over that edge with a light touch. And I want some deeper colour around here because I've got these little stamens or whatever they might be, seed pods and things, and I want them to look a little bit more three-dimensional, as if they are standing up from the plant. And I sometimes find that if you make it darker underneath, that can help that. We are going to go over those in a minute with something. So I'm just trying to fade that colour out a little bit from the centre, but I do want it to look quite a significantly darker shade. Sorry, I can't get my words out. Slow down and they come out more easily. Okay, so now we have the stem. Now we have a couple of different greens in this set. I'm just trying to work out, I've got some greens in here that aren't from this set, so I had to mix them up a little bit. We've got the lettuce green. I have a feeling we used that before on this page. Lettuce green and cobalt green and ice green. But I think it's the lettuce green that's going to go best with the orangey shade. I'm tempted to use the leaf green as well, which isn't from the pastel, but let's see how it goes. We'll put, I don't want to make it too complicated. We'll put the lettuce green, here it is, down first in a lightish layer, the same as we did for the petals, and we'll have a think about where we might want to add a little more. Now I've just sharpened this, so I'm using it on the finest areas first while I've got a nice sharp point here. Now with this particular pencil, I find that if you layer down more, it doesn't really make it darker. Like with the pink, the salmon pink, the more we put down, the darker it looks. With this one, it's because it doesn't do that. It just looks more layered, like there's more layers of colour, but it doesn't really make it look darker. So that's why I'm thinking of bringing in another colour. I think I will. Now if you only have these 12 Holbeins and you don't have any other Holbeins, use a different brand. Mixing brands of pencil always works for me. I've never had two brands that don't work together. So get a darker green. I'll show you what I'm going to be using, just because I'm going to be using this leaf green. I don't know if you can see the name, that might be better. And you can see the sort of shade it is. So it's quite a lot darker. And I'm going to use a little bit here and here. And then at the bottom of each of the leaves, you can see that that does make a difference. You can see it, yeah. Whereas if I do it with a lettuce green, I'll just demo it for you. Put more layers down, it doesn't really look any darker. So it's because it's such a light colour. So it's quite nice mixing up pastels sometimes with a few darker shades. I think I may have done that. I've done that in a picture for you quite recently. It may or may not have come out. I think it's come out, thinking about it. I'm trying to remember, because doing 2 a day I get a little bit confused as to when they're coming out, because I can't make videos at weekends. I have to make more than 2 a day to keep on top of everything, and so sometimes I get a little bit confused as to when they're all coming out. Okay, I'm now going to go over the top of that with the lettuce, because I just want to sort of blend it all in a little bit. Those edges are a bit ragged, and I feel this one will just blend it together. You notice I'm not going all the way to the base of the leaf. I don't want to fade that darker bit of colour or pencil. Now, actually I haven't done this bit. I'm just going to do a little bit around the edge. There we go. So there is our, excuse me sniffing, there is our little plant. I'm just trying to think of what to do with this one to make it, we haven't a little background idea. I'm thinking, I'm just looking at what I've got. I've got an orange pen. This is quite a vibrant Posca though, isn't it? But I haven't got anything that's less vibrant. I think I'm going to use a yellow. I'm going to use this pen. Now this pen here, this is a Derwent paint pen. I thought it was absolutely useless. I've had it for ages and I've never been able to get it to work. But I watched a video, my voice is funny because I'm shaking the pen, by Colour with Claire, who's obviously amazing. And she had some paint pens that she was using, and she was talking about how they needed lots and lots and lots of shaking. So I thought maybe I'm not shaking this enough, and I wasn't. So now I'm shaking it a lot more. Oh, I've got a big blob of paint come out of it. It's less watery and works nicely, and I'm going to use it to cover these dots. You could use a yellow Posca for this. You might be able to use a gel pen. You could potentially use just a normal marker or felt tip, but I don't know if it would stand out. I'm going to do these lines as well. Now I picked this pen up because I felt it looked a little bit less vibrant than the Posca. And sometimes I just felt I wanted a slightly paler yellow, but this isn't going to show up very well on this white paper. But you can see it shows up pretty well on the flower itself. So there we go. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to fiddle around with it too much. So it's just a little really gentle, pale idea for the background there. You might want to use, you could, if you really want the background to stand out, those little dots, you could use green. Even the green pencil might have worked quite well, or even this sort of orangey colour might have worked. But there we go. That's that one done. I'm happy with it. I hope that was okay for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.